Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to the Tribe of the Tides, where in the last episode we began Splash's family with some very high hopes that we would have little water babies running around the island, but unfortunately we had some of the absolute worst possible luck just trying to get the gills to pass. Every single one of his children born ended up having this big nose. Every single child between him and Miko anyway, because he did have a child with Rira over here and that one ended up with the spit snout instead, but every child that he had with Miko had the big nose, which is only hidden away in her genetics. She's not even showing it. Honestly, the big nose almost looks like a perfect mashup of the gills and the normal nose, but it is definitely not what we were looking for. It is kind of a nice reminder of how strange and complicated the world of genetics can be sometimes, but the one silver lining is that their children did at least end up carrying the gills, so that means that they could at least possibly pass them along to their children in the future, which is kind of what we're going to focus on in this episode. I mean, we have some other families to look at instead, and I would possibly like to shuffle this around a little bit, because I did notice that Blossom is actually our twin with the webbed feet and the swimming tail, and then we have Bloom back here who has the normal feet, so it seems like if this is going to be our line of sentinels who are going to guard the mainland, then we should probably actually have Bloom breed with Kukirnu instead to try to make that happen. And then what we'll do with little Blossom is we'll have her breed with one of the children from the previous episode, possibly with Kirduk in fact. He was actually one of the healthiest babies born in that litter. He has 2 slots of the normal eyes, and he does have 1 slot of hemophilia, but I'm not too worried about that just yet. We do kind of have to breed out these flaws in waves after all, and we knew that Splash's babies weren't going to be the most helpful to us in terms of paws, because he does have the 2 no paws himself. But once Kirduk grows up, we'll have Blossom make her way over to these nests again so that they can possibly have little babies. We will put the gills in the mutation menu for their babies just to hopefully pull that out of their genetics somehow. I don't have high hopes for it anymore, but that would be excellent if it did happen. And if it doesn't, then I thought what we would do is put the water body in there instead and see if maybe that's a little bit easier to pass over the normal body that so many of our creatures have. The water body actually does give them +2 in water breathing now. That was one of the changes that took place in the 0.2 update, I believe, so it should work the same as the gills. It may not be as cool, of course, as the little gills that Splash has way back here, but it would at least be a way for us to spend more time in the water and more time collecting our shells and our fish and all of these different things that we have yet to explore. So to start things off, let's go ahead and move Blossom toward this way. She could actually sit by this berry bush for now while she's waiting for little Kirduk to grow up, and I believe he only has maybe 3 more days until he'll be ready, so not too much longer for them to wait. And instead we'll bring little Bloom down here to this nest so that she'll be able to breed with Kukirnu right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the mutation menu first though, because we do want to make sure that the claw is in there first and foremost. Let's see, where's the claw? There it is. The other thing I wanted to place in there were the ram horns, so we'll go ahead and put that in the 10% slot, and then we'll just hope that all of their babies end up with those really high stats and strength. We'll go ahead and have him breed with her, and then she can pick some berries, and he could possibly go over this way and pick these berries for us. He'll do that in the next turn anyway. And then Bamboo. Bamboo is actually one of the healthiest members of the pack right now, despite the fact that he's sick. He does have the common cold at the moment, which is a little bit sad, but his genetics are almost perfect. He has normal blood clotting, he has normal eyes, so he is one of the most valuable members of the pack right now, which means we really need to figure out who he is going to breed with soon. As well as Ember. He also has the normal blood clotting and the normal eyes, and I believe there was one more. Actually, it was Bloom. It was Bloom who had all of the normal genetics as well. So actually, maybe one of the males could breed with Anamiko. Anamiko was the only female born in this litter, so it would be a good idea to breed her at some point, though she does have the spiky body. That was another one of those really random hidden mutations that Miko actually carried, that her daughter managed to pick up somehow. It has been the strangest situation, this little family right here. Their genetics are all mixed up. Let's go ahead and have Splash actually move back toward the water though. He'll kind of like lead his children toward the water, I think. He could actually move around with Ronuduke back here if he wanted to, because we were having Ronuduke pick up the shells. So maybe he could make his way back over here, and actually, why don't you go ahead and pick up some of these acorns along the way? That would probably be a good idea. I mean, we do want to gather up the food. And for that matter, we have this pair over here still. We have Sienna and Speck. And you guys have warmed my heart heart with all of the comments that you've left about these two, all of the art that you've shown me. You clearly like this little pairing right here, Sienna and Speck, and despite their very unfortunate genetics, despite the fact that the baby that they have would definitely not be a very healthy one, I think we're going to go ahead and let them tell their story. We'll let them have their little baby, and who knows, maybe we'll be able to redeem their family in a way. Maybe throughout the generations we'll be able to build up their children so that they're more and more helpful to the rest of the pack. Though one silver lining out of this pairing is that Sienna is the only one with immunity gene B right now, so if their child can possibly inherit that, then they would be very helpful to the pack already. But we'll go ahead and breed them on the next turn because we do want to make sure that the mutation menu is set up correctly for this child. And instead what we'll do is just make sure that we're collecting all of our food right now. So Bamboo, you can pick these berries. We should probably spread the children out to all of the berry bushes too so that they can pick their separate berries as well. We could have Kiradu come over here. I did actually want Miko to sit in between these berry bushes, so she'll probably do that on the next turn. And then let's see, we could have Rira come over here instead and pick up these berries because she has the nimble fingers too. And I did want to rename her little baby as well. Her name is currently Kokoko, but I thought we would change it to a Twilight because of those eyes, those purple eyes. We don't have many of them in the pack right now, but I really, really like them. So hopefully she'll be able to find a mate as well. Hunter is actually the only other creature with purple eyes at the moment, and he is unfortunately stuck on berry duty at the moment because it's very important that we collect all of the food that we possibly can. And then Flame, he's the other one with the nimble fingers, so we probably will breed him at some point in the future just to try to continue on that gathering line. For now, we'll have him come over here so that he can collect this shell on the next turn. And does anyone else have a turn? Oh, just Sienna and Speck. Oh my goodness. Well, let's go ahead and have them peek in this grass a little bit more because that's what they were doing in the last episode. We'll peek in this grass. At least they managed to find that rock, so we know that that's there. And then let's move Sienna a little bit closer to the nest so that she can use this one in the next turn. Now that should be it for all of the turns, so let's go ahead and skip the day and see our next little baby. Oh my gosh, look at him. He is so fluffy too. He doesn't even have the big body, but he looks like he has a lot more fluff than normal, doesn't he? And he does have the normal eyes, which is good to see. He didn't manage to inherit the double claws, unfortunately, nor did he inherit the ram horns, but he does still have it in his genetics. So we'll just try again. Maybe we'll have a little bit more luck next time. But for now, let's go ahead and set up Sienna and Speck, because I know this is one that a lot of you wanted to see. So Twilight, you are actually going to move right next to your mother for now. There we go, so that they have some room to use the nest. And let's set up their mutation menu too. So we have two ways that we could do this. We could either put the normal eyes in there or possibly the running leg, because of course we have the no paw situation. I mean, the child is basically guaranteed to be born at least with one no paw, but it could be born with two of them, just like Sienna. Though their eyes, they have very, very terrible eyes. Sienna has 2 slots of the short-sighted eyes, Speck has 1 slot of short-sighted and 1 slot of blind eyes. So there is also a possibility that their baby could end up blind on top of everything, which would not help us out very much. But the one thing I do know I am definitely going to place in there is the cracker jaw, because I'm hoping, if nothing else, maybe this baby could start our cracker jaw family, and then we could have them actually collect all of the acorns under this tree that Sienna and Speck have cleared out for us. And I mean, that would be a very, very fitting way to watch their child live out their life. So let's go ahead and place the cracker jaw in the 30% slot. I know that's very, very high, but I'm hoping, just based on all of our shenanigans in the last episode, I'm hoping that this will help us kind of guarantee that maybe the cracker jaw will come out instead. And other than that, do we want the normal eyes or the running leg? That is the question. I think I'll go with the running leg. I think we'll go ahead and stick with the running leg because even if the child is blind, we have so many creatures over here right now that I'm not too worried about them getting separated from the pack. So I think we'll be okay. But let's go ahead and have them breed, and I really hope that this baby actually inherits the spots because we have a lot of panda creatures in here right now, but we don't have many spots. And in fact, Speck is the only spotted creature in this entire pack. So that would be quite interesting if their baby managed to inherit that from him. But let's have him just clear out this grass a little bit. We'll actually have him sit right here to kind of protect her from whatever could be lurking in this grass. And instead, we should probably have somebody else move to light up this area. We could have Duke New move right here to light up this little tree. And then we could have, we wanted Miko to actually go right over here to pick up these berries. And they're going to say goodbye to Splash as he returns to the water where he was meant to be. This is definitely his home, so he'll just sink back into the water, and look at that! His little fishy friends are already coming out to greet him. All of his little tiny fishy friends. Hopefully there's some more over here. We do need to have Flame pick up this little shell. And actually, they could kind of talk together, couldn't they? We'll have Flame kind of scoot along the shore, and then he'll be able to talk to Splash at least while he's gathering up all of his shells. Now, since Splash has his company, we'll leave Ronuduke over here for now. He can pick up this acorn for us, and then he can sit right here. Shake the tree to knock down a couple more. Oh my goodness, all of the acorns actually. He knocked down every single one, and then he at least lit up the area a little bit more for these guys. I am a little bit concerned that they might end up running into a carnivore. I'm actually surprised that they haven't yet. It just seems like it would be very, very fitting if this poor duo ended up running straight into a carnivore along their travels, but I don't want to jinx it. So we'll just keep picking our berries and we'll cross our fingers that nothing terrible happens. Let's have Ember sit right here so that he can collect from both of those berries, and oh my goodness, all of the darkness that was left behind from that move. We probably want Bloom to sit right here at least to protect her baby, and then she can pick a couple of these berries for us. And the same with Kirkunu, he can stay here and pick these berries. We just want to make sure that we have enough food, and honestly, I think we do. We are getting very close to 200 now, which is probably a pretty good amount to bring to a new island. So we'll just keep collecting all of the berries that we possibly can at this point. And I think that might be just about it. We just have these two little kids. Let's have Anamiko sit right here. She could actually sit right here. There we go, and light up the entire area right there. And then Duktata, why don't you sit on the bunny burrow for us, just in case. We haven't really had good luck with the bunny duty, but just in case one comes hopping out, we'll have him sit right there, and just to clear up the darkness too. And I think that might actually be just about it. We just have Sienna back there with her couple of turns, and we have Duktata up here too. So we should be good. We'll go ahead and skip and see what their baby is going to look like. Here is the moment of truth, guys. Here is the moment that I know a lot of you have been waiting for. Let's see what their baby is going to be. Oh my gosh, Rira! Rira passed away. I didn't know that was going to happen, but look at that. We got the cracker jaw. Oh my gosh, you guys, this cracker jaw. I love this thing. I know a lot of you don't like the cracker jaw, but I absolutely love it because they look so grumpy. They look like the grumpiest little chipmunks with their big puffy cheeks. Oh my goodness, we can actually get a better look at it if we look at the family tree. Messy is currently her name, and look at that, a giant jaw. Oh my goodness, and she did manage to inherit the double no paws, but because she has the cracker jaw, that means that she will actually be able to pick up these acorns, so how perfect is that? They managed to find this tree, right? They managed to clean out this entire tree so that we could all enjoy all of the acorns here, and now their child is going to come over here and collect every single acorn in the area. I mean, I think that is pretty perfect. And on top of it, she inherited the immunity gene B. She has normal blood clotting. I mean, how did that even happen? That is excellent. She does have the short-sighted eyes, but I feel like, honestly, the benefits outweigh the flaws at this point. So this little pairing worked out after all, and I am very proud of them. But I am so sad for Rira. I didn't realize that she was going to pass away, and for Twilight as well, because she has kind of been left alone now. I mean, I guess Speck and Sienna could watch out for her at least. I guess they could probably do that. So we'll have her stay in the area. In fact, she could move like right up here so that she can pick these berries for now. And we'll start having these guys just explore the territory again. I am so happy that this actually happened. Oh, that is perfect. Let's have Sienna move over this way just to make sure that her baby is safe. And we'll have Ronuduke for now just pick up these acorns. Pretty soon he'll have a little partner to help him pick up all the acorns too, so that'll be pretty fun. Let's have Miko pick up her berries while she still has some life left in her, 8 days left, so she should be able to collect plenty of food for us to use. And then Kirduke, you can peek in this grass. It looks like he might actually be growing up in the next turn, so then we can finally get started on the family between him and Blossom, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll manage to get those gills this time. So for now, why don't we just focus on Bloom and Kukirnu? We'll have them have another baby. We'll move a little Tanu out of the nest right over here, and then she can move into the nest. And let's just make sure that their mutation menu is set up correctly. We wanted those claws in there, those big giant claws. We don't want to see the cracker jaw on their children because that would definitely not make sense. And we also want to have the ram horns in here. So there we go. Let's hope that this one is a little bit luckier, at least for the genetic mutations. We'll have her breed with him and pick a couple of berries, and then we'll have him scoot down here and pick his berries once more. There we go. So the food situation is definitely doing pretty good. We have 19 mouths to feed at the moment, but I think we're collecting enough berries to keep up on that. And of of course our shells. We're collecting our shells too. I do want Flame to breed with somebody, and in fact, maybe we could have him breed with Twilight back here. I believe their immunity genes match up pretty well, and we'll make sure that they have the nimble fingers in their mutation menu when we breed them. And for now, Splash, why don't you just like dive back into the water? He only has 2 days left of his life, so he might as well spend it in his very favorite place, down here with all of his little fishy friends, way in the deep water. There we go, little Splash. You look very, very at home down there. We'll have Flame kind of scoot along this way for now. Twilight still has a little bit longer to go before she's ready to have babies anyway, so he can collect his shells down here and keep talking to Splash. And let's go ahead and change Anna Miko's gem over too, because she is, of course, the daughter of Miko, which makes a lot of sense considering her name. I'm wondering if maybe we should have her breed with Bamboo, as much as I hate to say that because he was sick, so he lost part of his life anyway, but he would be, I mean, the safest bet considering that Anna Miko does have the short-sighted eyes, and he doesn't have any trace of that in his genetics, so we might go ahead and do that too, and his life will be cut even more by her spiky body, which is the one unfortunate drawback to the spiky body, I think, and it makes it more trouble than it's worth in all honesty. I'm not really pleased with the spiky body. I mean, I love the way it looks, but it's just hard to justify having it, especially at this stage. But we'll go ahead and move her a little bit closer so that she's at least in the area. But let's go ahead and skip the day now. We do have one little baby to watch, so we'll go ahead and zoom in here and see if maybe it has ram horns at least. Oh my gosh, it does! Yes! Yes, this is perfect. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Sierra! That is an adorable name. Oh my gosh, she has the ram horns, the brown ram horns, which I don't believe we've seen yet. And she has the double claws, which is exactly what I wanted. Oh my gosh. So she has a 6 in strength. She has the normal body, I believe. So that's why she doesn't have the 8 in strength like we were seeing on her previous Sentinels, but this means at least that she'll be able to move a little bit faster than our very, very slow moving Sentinels. So if we do move islands pretty soon, then she might be a good one to take with us, especially because, oh my gosh, her genetics are perfect. Normal eyes and normal blood clotting. Oh my goodness. She has A and F, so we'll have to keep that in mind as far as the immunity genes go, but that is like the best possible situation that we could have had. And look at that, little Kirduke has grown up, so we can get started on this line too, and hopefully we'll be able to pull those gills back into the pack. Let's see if it'll work. We'll bring Blossom up this way, and then we'll have her breed when they get to the nest, but first let's just change our mutation menu. We of course want those gills in the 30% slot, and then we want some sort of paw, because of course Kirduke does have the no paw. So why don't we go ahead with the claw? I mean, it would be really nice if our swimmers had some way of picking up the fish while they were in the water. So we'll see if maybe we can get Blossom to pass her claw over the no paw. We'll see if that works. I mean, we might as well experiment at this point. We'll go ahead and plop her straight in the nest, and then he can move over here, breed with her, and we will just cross our fingers that this all works out. Let's pick our berries like usual. There we go. And then I guess Duktata, you might as well move a little bit closer to this berry bush right here. He can pick up from this bush for now, and then we'll have Flame pick up his shells down here too. You can grab this one, go over here and grab this one, and oh my goodness, all of your fish Splash on your very last turn. All of your little fishy friends have come out to say goodbye to you. That is kind of sad, but we will let him just like stay right here with all of his fishy friends, because I feel like that is definitely a very good way for him to go. Oh my gosh, so many fish. I mean, all of this food that we could also possibly have if he only had a claw. But for now, they are just the best of friends down there, swimming together all throughout their lives. And now our little cracker-jawed baby. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love you. We do need to give her a name too. I always forget to give them the names. So for the cracker jaws, I was thinking that we could give them some like strong, earthy names, maybe rock-related names even. A lot of you have given me names of like different gems and crystals, and I think that's a pretty good idea. So why don't we just go ahead and name her Crystal after her really pretty blue eyes. Her name will be Crystal. She'll go over this way so that pretty soon she'll be able to gather up, of course, those big acorns. I am so happy about that. Like, I can't get over that she actually managed to inherit that cracker jaw. That is just perfect. We'll go ahead and have Ronuduke just keep picking up these acorns for now. And we'll have Duke New pick from this berry bush for us. There we go. And I think the Sienna is actually going to stick around here. She'll make sure that enough darkness is cleared that her baby won't get harmed. And the same with Speck. He can come over here and kind of light up as much as he possibly can. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. We'll have him sit right here so that the nest is at least clear. I'm not sure if I want them to have another baby or not. I mean, I guess we could. We could have them have another baby on the next turn. I mean, this one has turned out so well despite her no paws. She managed to have a mutagen B in the crackerjaw, so maybe we'll just give it a try. One more try because I am so impressed with their baby. And other than that, we just have some food to collect over here, and of course, Twilight too. You can collect these berries for us. There we go. And we'll have Hunter pick up these. And it looks like he's going to pass away soon too, which is a little bit sad. We'll have Ember pick up the rest of the berries, at least as many as he can. And then these guys over here just need to collect their food as well. So we just have a couple more turns to use, and then we should be able to see what the next little baby is going to look like. I believe Anamiko is going to grow up very soon, so this might be one of the next pairings that is going to happen. And how about Twilight for that matter? It looks like she has 3 days left until she'll be an adult. And Flame has 14 days left of his life, so it seems like they'll be able to have enough time to have a couple of babies at least. So unfortunately, this does mean that we are going to say goodbye to Splash. Poor Splash, who is passing right in the middle of all of his little fishy friends. Goodbye, Splash, our very first guild creature. I'm going to miss you so much. Oh my gosh, but let's go ahead and see what the next little baby is going to look like. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We finally managed to get the gills on the day that Splash passed. How is that even possible? Oh my gosh, and he has the purple eyes. That is too perfect. Well, clearly, we need to name this guy like Splash Jr. or something. I don't think I can place a space in there because I don't want to accidentally skip the day. So instead, we'll just name him Splash the Second as best as we can. Oh my gosh, that is too perfect. And he almost looks exactly like Splash, except he only has one no paw. Look at that, only one no paw. And I believe he has a slightly different color mane as well, and maybe even a slightly different color fur. But that is so perfect. Oh my gosh. It can't get any more perfect than that. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the fishing skill, so he still won't be able to snatch up the fish in the water, but it is good just to see that the gills are getting passed along in all of their genetics. Now, I believe we were going to have one more baby with Sienna and Speck, but first, we do need to do something about this bunny right here. Let's have Duke New jump over here, slap this guy, and then we can have somebody else pick up the meat. In fact, we could have Kirdu come over here and pick up the meat for him. There we go. Okay, so before Sienna and Speck have their next baby, let's just make sure this is going to work. Oh yes, it definitely does. So the Crackerjaw can pick up these acorns down here, which is excellent. Little Crystal can pick up her very first acorn for the pack and bring in a little bit of extra food for us. And I believe Ronuduke can actually come around here and pick up the final acorn that's on the ground. There we go. And then it'll just be up to Crystal to come over here and knock down some more acorns in the next turn. So I guess we can have another baby with these guys. I mean, I guess we might as well. We'll set up the mutation menu like we did before, and I believe it was the Crackerjaw, of course, and the Runner Leg. I think I put the Runner Leg in there. The Runner Leg didn't exactly get passed along, but we did place it in there. So we'll go ahead and have Sienna sit here, breed with Speck, and then they'll have one more baby together at the very ends of their lives. 4 days left for him, 5 days left for her, so they'll at least have 2 little babies to carry on their legacy and also to help the pack very, very much, apparently. We'll go ahead and have Speck. Let's see. I guess he should probably stay there just because these guys can't exactly see very well. We want to make sure that there's not too much darkness in the area. And then we'll have Hunter, unfortunately, sit right here on his very last turn. We'll have this little baby move out of the nest for us. And I believe that's just about all that we can do. We could have Flame move a little bit closer because I believe he'll be able to breed with Twilight pretty soon and start their little gathering line. So why don't you peek in this grass for us? And then we'll have Blossom move right here to light up the area. And I think that should be just about it. So let's see what this second little baby is going to be like. Fingers crossed that it has the Crackerjaw. Let's see. Yes, the Crackerjaw. Oh my gosh, and it's a little boy too, and he has the spots. Oh, that is perfect. Okay, so of course the short-sighted eyes, which I kind of assumed was going to happen, but he does have the runner leg. So it's almost like she took after her mother with her 2 double no paws, and then he took after his father with the runner leg. So throughout their travels, they made up for each other's weaknesses with their different genetics, and now their children can kind of like carry on that legacy as well. So New Tata, let's find a good name for you, a good, strong, earthy name, just like your sister. I think we'll go ahead and name him Quartz. So Crystal and Quartz. There we go. The two little siblings who will be sitting underneath this tree, actually. They can take up positions on both sides of the tree, just like we did on our previous island with our little spit snout club. So now it's going to be like the Cracker Jaw Club instead, or at least a Sienna and Specs Club, full of their children, of course. So let's have Twilight pick her berries on what is going to be her last turn as a teenager, and then maybe in the next episode we can actually get started on our gathering line. I mean, now we are starting to carve out our separate lines. Hopefully this sticks around in particular. Look at those eyes! Oh, that is so cool, the violet eyes on the gills in particular. That looks so cool. Look at that. Oh my gosh, yeah, he's just like a slightly almost paler version than a Splash himself was. In fact, is he still on here? There he is. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that is too perfect how that turned out. And then, of course, we have our Cracker Jaws too. Let's see if we can find our Cracker Jaws. It looks like they're actually kind of like merged here at the moment, but we can move these around a little bit to straighten that out. We have, of course, Quartz, our newest Cracker Jaw, who has just one no paw, and then we have Crystal way over here too. I absolutely adore the Cracker Jaw. They just look so grumpy with their puppy little faces. But I really do think that we're well on our way to hopefully moving islands now that we're getting our aquatic creatures back into the pack, and of course our sentinels too, which we can't forget about. If we could possibly get the panda patterns to pass along on their children, then we could definitely have another Animeme on our hands. I feel like we possibly could. Another queen, maybe, to take us to the next island. Wouldn't that be fitting? We'll have to see if we can possibly get that to happen in the next episode too. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!